Reax, El Jefe, Mr. Glass Half Full, the revival.
Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Reax, a.k.a. Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment, man. And I'm here with my brothers because this is a big day. We got to get to my brothers here, man. And I'm here with Mr. Glass Half Full, and that's Spee, if you nasty now. I got to look into the camera on this one.
Let's go.
My brother El Jefe, a.k.a. White Jersey, a.k.a. Blue Jersey, a.k.a. Damn it, Daniel. We all in the building here today. And shout out to the revivalists. Hit that thumbs up to send out the notifications. Subscribe. Share this thing. And also, guys, if you can, make a little donation. We got the super chats up and ready. And we're looking for our very first super chat. And we got something special for the people that want to send us a super chat, the very first one. Got something special for you, man, if you do that today. So please, man, let's go around the room. I'm feeling good. What a day this is. And I'm going to start with El Jefe, man. How you feeling, brother? What is
Judgment
going
Day.
on?
It's Judgment Day. Is it not fucking crazy that it takes months and it has to come down to the final hour? Like, what could you be discussing now that was not discussed in the last several weeks and months? But listen, until further notice, the tag is on, okay? If a deal comes through, we rip that shit off and we start talking about the numbers. But for now, the tag is on. That's the deal. Saquon's a giant, right? If he wants to be pissed off, I'll take a pissed off Saquon. He could still be very effective. Spiro, big dog, how you feeling, man?
Oh man, I'm glad that the moment is here.
We got it.
Hey, cheers.
Hold on.
First of all, cheers to everybody. Thank you guys.
Where's the bell? We got a super chat.
Let's go! First super chat, baby. Shout out to you, man. Let's go.
Chris,
listen, man, our very first super chat, Chris. Peace. What's going on, man? So guess what, man? You are the New York Revival fan of the month, man. You're going to come on our show, have a nice segment for you, man. And next time we shoot live, so DM us, man, and we'll set something up to where you jump on the show, man, and just kick it with us. And we get your opinion and everything. So thank you so much for that super chat, man.
Chris,
shout out, man. Chris, you're the man.
How about Michael coming through? Michael coming through. Look at these guys. Look at these guys.
Now we gotta do something special. Shout out to the supers. Woo! All right, listen. Now we gotta do something special for Mike here. You know what I mean? Now we gotta do something. So Mike, DM us as well. We're gonna have a two-parter, all right? We got two of you guys on the show. Revival fans of the month here. We thank you so much for your support, man. Please, if you guys can, support, man. Super chats go a long way, man. It goes to the cause. So we do appreciate that so much, man. You guys don't even understand how great that feels, man. Wow. I'm excited, man. Yeah, Big Dog. What you got, Big Dog? What you got, Speed?
Listen, we're here. We're finally here. Enough talking about Saquon Barkley, if he's going to be here. When is he going to be here? Yada, yada. The day has finally come. We are here. We get to figure out.
Oh, my God.
You guys are too much. No, Sarge.
Oh, you
super.
Listen,
we love you guys.
Yeah,
I
Brian.
broke my ball, but I'm excited. Shout out. Wow, another super shout out, man. Wow, the support's are real. Thank you so much. Listen,
we love
you guys. All you guys on the show here. Wow, Sarge, I appreciate you. Wow, man. Yo, I'm so overwhelmed with this, man. That's crazy. I wish I could ring my bell again. I just broke it live on television. I'm so excited. But bing, 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 bing to you guys. Man, thank you so much. You guys don't understand how like we feel like that's incredible. Honestly, I'm speechless.
Poor Spears.
Guys, let's talk about brass tacks here. We're finally here. It's Saquon Day. It's Saquon Day, and we're so thankful that all you guys join us because we're gonna experience this shit together. Tag, long-term extension. It is what it is. We're gonna find out, and this will be lifted off our chest. So the only thing that we can talk about going forward is ball. We just talk fucking football after this, and I'm ready to put this behind us and move on to 2023 New York Giants. Then we get to find out how much cap space we have left. Then we get to find out, what we're working with.
Oh my goodness, the super chats.
By the
way,
let's go. Listen, and I agree. El Jefe for president 2024. Super chat, round of applause.
I will be running for president. Thank you, Aaron. Chris Peace.
Hey, Chris again. Thank you. Wow. Revival fan of the month right here, baby. I appreciate you. The first one. Wow. Guys, I'm speechless. Can I just get on my soapbox real quick, if you don't mind? I'm just gonna get on my soapbox. Shout out to the revivalists, people that tune in every single week or whenever we light up Spaces, YouTube. I just want to shout you guys out because without you, we can't. Holy shit, this is okay. Wow, holy cow, guys!
Really?
Round of applause.
$26 for Saquon.
Just dropping them on the table, bro. Let's go.
Wow, guys!
Way to drop the hammer, Bill.
Wow,
Jesus.
thank you so much, guys. You don't understand. Like usually, what we do with all the support, we give it back. We want to give it back to you guys by either getting a drink or whatever. Kelly, holy shoot. I'm speechless. I can't even talk. Right now. Holy cow.
One of these days we'll talk about Saquon, but in the
meantime, we will. I can't even the support is so overwhelming. It's so overwhelming. Honestly,
thank you.
Cheers.
Kelly, thank you so much, man. Cheers to everybody in the chat, the revivalists. I do appreciate you guys. You don't understand how much this means to us. And I'm speaking on behalf of my brothers as well, man. Wow. How do I feel about Saquon?
Yeah, tell us, E, what you got?
Listen, man, I'm really excited. Whether he's gonna be here on it. No, listen, let me tell people this right now, because a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, we gotta sign him or else. We still own his rights, right? In a lack of a better word. So it's either he's gonna play or either he's not, and that's up to him. You know what I mean? So I don't think Saquon's gonna be the type of guy to sit out if they do decide to go with the tag. I think he's just gonna play angry. He's gonna play mad, and that's when he's gonna go back to the table and be like, guys, give me. That's the best scenario that he could put himself in, barring, of course, there's no injuries or whatever the case is. Yeah. But guys, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Joe Shane got in store for him. I'm excited to see the guarantee money. I just think that something is going to happen. I think we're going to sign him. I'm betting on that. I'm betting the sign in here, and we'll go from there, and we'll see, man.
Let me just tell you. So Ryan Dunleavy, pretty plugged in. We love Ryan on
Shout out
Revival.
Ryan.
He came on the show. He's been pretty plugged in this whole offseason. He's like, I'm thinking the guarantee money and APY are still the biggest holdups in the negotiation, which is basically everything. Everything is the biggest details are what the holdup is. Ryan, we love you, man. Keep dropping news like that. But like that right now, it just from every report that's coming out here, in my gut, I still want to say that Saquon's going to sign last second. But every single report's like this is not close. Nobody's saying it's close. But the Daniel Jones thing wasn't close until the 11th hour, right before when I was saying Uncle Johnny came down from upstairs and he dropped the hammer on him.
Grandpa Johnny.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Shout out to
round of applause, our former Revival fan of the month, man. Hey, you can still make the comeback there. All right, Mr. Singh, you can still make a comeback. So I do appreciate, man, the super, man. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you guys. Support is overwhelming.
I'm sure I'll be catching up with Jay Singh at camp again. Revival got to be with me.
We'll be there.
I was hanging out with Jay Singh last camp. I don't know if you guys know that. We're sitting top of the bleachers.
I did not know that.
We were talking ball. He's a very good guy, good friend of the show. So thank you very much, Jay Singh. Listen, I tweeted it out, but I want to let you guys know this is a win-win. Okay?
Yeah.
We signed Saquon. Obviously, we're not breaking the bank, or else it wouldn't have gone on this long, right? I trust Joe Shane that he's not going to do that. He's kind of made that clear. And I thought 19 and a half guaranteed was lower than what we were all talking about as far as guaranteed money. So it's like, oh shit, like we're starting there. So if they sign Saquon, it's going to be basically at that 2 tag guaranteed money right around there, probably a little more, like 23 to get it done, right? Then you have Saquon locked up for his prime years, right? And that'll be fine. He's going to be here. That's good. You want him with DJ. You want him on this squad. This offense still needs him. If they don't and they just tag him, Saquon's going to be pissed. Fine. He's still going to be a Giant. If he sits out, it's not going to be for long. You don't want him to miss any games. You want him there. Jeff Graham, great name. Jeffy
for El Jefe. Let's go. Look at this.
Let's go.
The best.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Wow.
Jeff.
I know. Listen, and Eli's leaning towards getting a deal done, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I think Spiro and I are leaning towards the tag and see what happens after this year. Nothing wrong with that. Like you're not. Nobody's wrong, right? So the tag is here for a reason, folks. The tag. I made this 13 seconds.
He's literally got the tag on him.
Yeah.
I want to thank our crew and our staff.
It's the kind of production you get from Revival people.
You see why we need the super chats, guys? Yes. I'm making this by myself 30 seconds before the show.
You see why we need it?
See why we need
production.
Dude, so
maybe
another little,
I can afford a real tag next year.
another little tidbit here. LPG, also another friend of the show, big time.
Shout out LPG. Oh yes.
Laughed at Jordan Schultz's tweet saying that the Giants weren't close. He laughed at it. I don't know what that means. Take it for what it's worth, with a grain of salt, or with a grain of spaghetti.
Listen, there's two people that I trust with information as far as giving me Giant stuff, and LPG is one of them. I'll give you guys another name another time if they allow me to, but there's only two people I'm gonna go to information with. It's gonna be LPG and it's gonna be the other guy. You know what I mean? So I believe that there's something that's gonna get done, man. And I think a lot of Giants fans just gonna wait to see the numbers, man. I don't know.
So
I'm excited.
Here's the deal. This paperwork has to be in and signed, sealed, delivered by 4:00. So the deal can't happen at 4:00.
It's not like the DJ thing.
No, it's not the DJ thing.
Hold on, is it 3:59 speed? That's how it has to work?
Yeah, right. It's gotta be at the NFL offices on time, prompt shit here. So we should know in the next 10-15 minutes.
Oh man,
bro.
Hold on.
We're just Hold on. We got two.
I got you.
Let's go!
I got you.
Round of
Our boys from overseas.
applause! Round of applause!
Those are
the
our guys.
Best, man. Heck yeah, man. Shout out to Big Blue UK, man. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you guys.
Go follow them
Please.
immediately.
Yes.
Support them. The old shoving the cheese where the sun don't shine. Where do you think that came from? Go follow, go like and follow those guys. And our man C's, one of our day oneers over here.
Let's go, C's! Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause!
Eli Rex getting his name out there with the therapy sessions. I mean, that kind of was the beginning, right?
It was.
Eli laying the groundwork. Now he's the MC of this big show. Look at you now, Eli. Just look at how far you've come.
Well, listen, let me give credit where credit's due. These guys here, when I was about to quit the whole podcasting thing, these guys brought me back in, man. I was like, listen, I'll just do Twitter Spaces once in a while. And they were like, nah, man, you got to come back out, come outside. So thank these guys while I'm on here, man. Thank these guys. I do appreciate it, man. And then, man, I'm with my brothers. Like, you don't know how fun this is when we be talking behind the scenes. This is fun. This is fun for me. You know what I mean? But guys,
let's hear from the chat. All right,
let's hear from the chat, man. Let's get that link out. I want to hear from you guys as well. Go ahead, Speak.
First, before everything's done, final answer right now at 3:43. Do we sign him long term? Go first. Do we sign him long term?
Long term deal. I say 3 years.
Oh, okay, yeah. And say if you think long term, put a number on it. 3 years. How much guaranteed?
Ooh, 20. I think they're going in the 26 mark.
Ooh,
26 mark.
Hey, listen, Eli was right when everybody was saying
he was right with Jones.
We're thinking
right with Jones, right?
He was. He said, look at 40, bro. Look at 40. Don't be surprised.
We're like,
he said it, so
40. I was like, try 27 tops.
Next minute, I was like, damn. And he was like, yo, E. I remember that conversation. I was like, yo, E, you're right on, bro. You're fucking right on. And I was like, yo, I just had that feeling. But I think 26, 3 years. Go.
Yeah, what you got, bro? Oh, okay.
Right. Listen, as Giants fans, things don't come easy for us, okay? Right. We live in the drama, right? This is going to be a drama-packed offseason. It's going to be they couldn't get it done. How do you not pay Saquon? He's your best player. Just get ready for all that, right?
Oh, my God.
What could be done at 3:44? I said this with DJ, too. And then I know it's interesting. I didn't know I would do this with the DJ deal. When it was coming down to the wire, I started to get pissed at DJ. And I started to say, like, take this fucking deal, bro. You're lucky to have a helmet right now. Like, what do you like? When it came down to it, I was very surprised. So it'll be interesting to see how the fan base does with this one too. They're
going to turn on him. They're going to turn on him.
It's going to go either way. It's going to be no Super Bowl team pays a running back, which is true.
Yep.
Or it's going to be how do you not pay your best player? And both people are right.
Yeah, honestly, it is, right? Because if you look at it, we even spoke about it last week. I mean, the last time on the show, right? We were like, yeah, man, we don't like it's all right to be running back by committee if Saquon decides to sit out and if it's the tag, right? So no matter what, there's no right or wrong here. Like I understand everyone's point of view. I understand both sides here. You know what I mean? If you go and sign him, hey, round of applause, he's a Giant. If you tag him, hey, round of applause, he's still a Giant. But it's just like, all right, we'll see you on the next one. But by that time, you're gambling because the running back market can still be on a decline. So again, who knows? Who knows here? You know what I mean?
First time, Jay Paul, first timer, bro.
Hey, thank you for coming aboard, Jay Paul.
Round of applause. Listen, guys, let's open up these lines. Let's get these people in here, man. They sending supers.
Hold on. Let me drop mine on record here. Drop mine on record.
What you got?
I'm going 3 years, 24 mil guaranteed. And that's my final offer. Final offer, and I hope that my demarcation line is 25 mil. I want to be below that. So if Shane could be below that, I don't care what everybody says. Everybody's like, oh, if we give him money, that's called no. It's not called caving. We got our star running back at a very good price that none of us ever could imagine that we'd get him at. It's not caving when you get him at 25 mil 3 years, in my opinion. But it's just over, just 2 mil over the tags that he would have got if we tagged him twice. So a little bit of cherry on top of that. That's what I think we come in with. But
guys, let me ask you this, and and the chat get in here as well. But let me ask you and Hefe this: is Saquon more than a running back? And I just want a yes or no. Is he more than a running back?
We've been talking a lot about this, and shout out our boy Sal from Queens, who I always talk to him about. He can be, but he hasn't been used by like that with 3 different coaching staffs. He has not yet been used like that. So right now he's just a check down guy that stays within 5 yards, and I feel like he can be more. I feel like that he has the potential to be. He's got the athletic ability to. He's got the hands to. They just haven't used him that way. I don't know why. Maybe it's to stay in and block more. Maybe whatever the reason, he can, but he hasn't been used like that. I've always said he's a weapon. So that's my thoughts on it.
That's fair, and he doesn't have the skill set that McCaffrey has. But I'm going to say yes, he's more than a running back because that's what the Giants made. The Giants made him more than just a running back, right? This is kind of the fault of the Giants. You made a running back the most devalued position, the face of the franchise. So the Giants kind of made their bed here. But I do want to. What do you think, Eli? More than a running back? And then we got 2 folks waiting. Super
absolutely. So
good friends of the show. So.
Absolutely. So, absolutely. I think he's more than a running back. And the reason what showed that, and even listen, and when he's the face of the franchise, guys, we wanted him back. Back when we were losing before the Daniel Jones, we wanted Saquon Barkley. So that's the reason why he was the face. Eli Manning was ushering out, whatever the case was, right? And he became that guy, Saquon Barkley. So the fans chose him to do that, to be that face of the franchise. But he is more than a running back because when Daniel Jones got hurt, guess who was hiking the ball and making plays?
Bro,
Saquon Barkley,
Wildcat,
right? Check down, right? Saquon Barkley. He can explode at any given moment. This guy is more than a running back. So if you pay him a little bit above market value, I think it's okay. I think you could go, you know what? Hey, he's our home run hitting guy at any given time. He's more than a running back, in my opinion. Shout out to the super chats. I know I don't want to talk forever. That's the only supers coming up. Shout out. I appreciate you guys. Round of applause. Thank you. You guys are near and dear to my heart. Honestly, I'm like lost for words.
Yo, Eli,
that's our first time doing it, and it's crazy. It's insane. Honestly,
thank you very much for that, chat. Eli, you just brought up a great point. That game where both quarterbacks got hurt and Saquon went in there and ran the Wildcat and kept the offense alive. The fact that the Giants were prepared for that situation just was another notch for Dable and Kafka for me. I'm like, how the fuck are you ready to go for that situation that early in the season or first year? They were ready, and the offense didn't stall. They didn't stall. They moved the ball. It was fucking crazy. So, and
the run is coming, right, Hef? Yeah. You knew the run was gonna come, but they just couldn't stop it. But that's what makes Saquon special.
That's why I say Kafka is the special sauce, man.
He is, bro. He is.
So we got to talk to some of our guys now. Are you ready?
Yes. Let's bring some in.
Please. Let's bring some people in. Hit that link, guys, please. And of course, hit that thumbs up, guys. Keep them supers coming in. We do appreciate you guys. Trust me, go to a great cause. So I do appreciate
you. You got something first?
Before we start, we're going to try and keep the people flowing here, right? So we're going to give you guys about 2 to 5 minutes, maybe max, and then we're going to have to roll on because we want to hear from everybody.
Yeah, let's do 2 minutes and keep it moving, and then we could always bring you back.
We can bring you back. So, yep.
Absolutely.
Day one.
Cheers, let's go.
Cheers, let's go, brother. Cheers.
Appreciate you.
Let's go. Cheers, brother. Let's go. Sees what you got, man. What's going on with you? Thank you for tapping in.
Oh, absolutely. I miss you guys.
Miss you too, bro.
I've been
grinding, man. So,
hey, shout out.
I just want to go back off of what El Jefe said real quick, man. Is that the architect behind all of this, and like you said, Dayball Kafka. You look back at some of the shit shows that we've had, man, it would have been 3 kneel downs and a punt, right?
Yeah, for real.
So I mean, we've come a long way. That's what kind of makes me nervous, if you want me to be honest about this contract scenario, because we have the coaching and the play design and the strategy point where these guys might actually say like, yo, like we can move off of 26, save ourselves a little bit of money, and maybe maybe do something else in different positions because we're able to scheme up points or move the ball. That's what I'll say. And we kind of saw that towards the end of the season in regards to them moving off of, hey, we're going to hand it off to 26 left or right or sweep left or right because defenses were keying in on them, right? And we saw what I want to say is the early evolution of damn it, Daniel. And, the final game of the season, because I was at the link for that game, it wasn't pretty. But prior to that, we saw number 8 go into Minnesota and deal. Like he literally dealt that whole game. So that's the only thing that makes me nervous about this contract negotiations is that, they might feel as though they can find better value. I mean, you look at Shane and Brandon Bean up in Buffalo, they didn't really put a lot of stock into their running backs. Yeah. So I factor into that whole mentorship, how they look at roster creation and construction. But I love what you guys are doing, man. I put up the super chat from, day one about spaces. I'm a therapist. I'm a therapist by trade. So when you guys give me sports therapy, it blesses my soul.
That makes so much sense that you're a therapist. Like I would put the feet up on a couch and listen to that voice all God.
Very common, right?
So I mean, you guys blessing my soul. I had to bless you guys back. I don't want to hold the mic. You, man. And that's just my thoughts, man. I'll continue to listen though.
You're the man.
Thank you, man. Hey, come back on if you can once we get through everyone, and I do appreciate you, man. Honestly, that means a lot to us. Thank you, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
See you on the next one.
That's the talk against Saquon, right? Like the talk is that you could replace most of his 3/4 of his production for half or possibly less than half of his more than half of his price. So that's the talk against him, and why when you have geniuses as your head coach and your offensive coordinator, it kind of like, do we need to do this? Do we need to make a long-term commitment to an RB spot? That's the talk against it. Now, whether you agree with it or not, that's neither here nor there.
And that's something that we said last show too, right? Because we was like, all right, we still got Breida, we still got Gray that could come in and possibly do something as well. And that's not on paper right now. We have an improved offensive line, right? We got our 2 bookends. Hopefully, Evan Neal finds that next threshold, and you still got JMS. Hopefully, that could be that center that we all want him to be, right? That's plug in, ready to go, nasty center there. So on paper, it looks like we have a little bit of an upgrade, right? So with a better offensive line, and like you said, with Kafka and Dayball scheming, maybe that running lanes could open up for these guys just in case Saquon doesn't get signed, right? So we still got that factor into there. So I can see everyone's point of view. I really, really can.
And just a heads up here, the 2 of the other people that were involved, 2 other running backs are on tag day, neither got a long-term contract. So every single thing that Saquon Barkley wanted to go in his favor has gone against him.
It really did.
It's not looking good right now. It's not looking good.
It sucks. I feel there's a part of me that feels really bad for Saquon. I want him to get paid, but man.
Well, unfortunately,
I just hear Braveheart. I use that in everyday life.
We still got about 6 more minutes left, guys, to see if actually. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a crazy day once 4 o'clock hits and nothing comes out. But listen, you might be right here, Hef.
It's gotta happen now, dude.
You might be right, and I'm right now. I'm losing this bet.
Hold on.
I'm losing this bet.
Saquon just said it is what it is. He just tweeted that. That sounds like that sounds like a tag. It sounds like a tag. It is what it is to Saquon.
That sounds a hell of like a tag.
That if that's not the sound of a tag, I don't know what is, bro. I don't know. Ian Rappaport. No deal for the Giants. The talk going down the wire. Best efforts to make strike compromise. He'll play in the tag. He'll play on the motherfucking tag, people.
Guys, I mean, listen, we have a GM. We have a GM that did not budge.
He didn't budge, bro.
And you know what? What did he say? There's a walk away number, right? He had his number set, and there's a walkaway number if no one can meet on the terms. And you got to respect the GM like that. Because freaking this other guy, that clown, he would have overpaid, right, at this point. He was like, all right, here's $34 million. We'll push it towards the back end and figure it out. But the fact that you got a GM right now that has, you know what, I know a number, and I know we don't need to get past this number for the sake of the franchise. You got to give a round of applause to Joe Shane on that, man. But, hey, I'm not mad. Either way, I'm not mad. Show yourself, Barkley. Show it. Show it that you deserve that money.
You know what?
Show it.
The Giants have been a slave to bad contracts for so many years, right? The Giants, he's still a Giant. The Giants are just in the driver's seat, right? You could tag him. You could tag him next year again, right? Which means you really had his whole prime. So the Giant, it's okay. The only thing that's bad is that Saquon isn't happy. But you know what? He'll get over it. It's $10 million and then 12 more if he wants to do it again. So
he needs to earn that next contract now. So you can't take off now. Do you want to get paid next year?
Dude,
go out and ball out again.
Exactly right, dude.
And a lot of people are also like, you know what? He's a locker room guy, so not signing him could lose the locker room. I doubt it. With the electricity that Dayball has on that locker room, I don't think there'll be a drop-off at all. It's just Saquon got to go in there, and as I said earlier at the top of the year, go be that leader still. Whether no matter what, you're still getting paid. You know what I mean? You still got to be that guy. You still got to put that seat.
And you know what? Are you really going to sit out and miss out on $600K a week?
No,
stupid.
You can't. You can't. You don't get that money back.
Especially when the guaranteed money, like the gap they were trying to close was a couple million, right?
Yeah.
$600K. Right. You can't be missing a quarter of that every week. Hell no. So listen, we have another special guest all the way from the UK.
Yes.
One of the dopest logos in the game. I like this one. I like this one a lot. We got Craig from
Let's
Big
go,
Blue
Craig!
UK.
Round of applause! Shout out to our giant UK brothers out there. Craig, what's going on, man? Cheers!
Cheers, my man.
Brothers, how we doing?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Welcome.
How are you doing? What do you think,
man?
The news came out. What do you got for us, Craig?
Well, it's like we said earlier. At the end of the day, he's a giant. No matter what happened, it's not end game. He's a giant. We're going to get to the end of the season. He's going to have to play. He ain't going Le'Veon Bell. Like, he's not doing a Le'Veon Bell. It's not happening. So he can say now it is what it is. You can read into that a million different ways. You can take that as he's pissed off, or you can take it as it's going to be the fire that he wants to get going. At the end of the day, you know, was it 6-7 words? Means nothing. Means absolutely nothing.
Craig, I'm with you, man. I think he's ticked off right now, but you know, in a week, in 2 weeks, I think he's gonna be at camp too, because I think he's gonna be like, you know what, it didn't go as I wanted, but it's still 10 million guaranteed. I'm where I want to be. I could still go play football and do what I love. You know, like if you told him as a child you could get $10 million to play football one day,
right?
You know, and he's already made way more than that. So it's like it's not that bad.
right. Jeff, to also report a new report that not new report. Take it for what it is. Schefter said he's not going to be in camp until late August. So take that for what it's worth. Maybe he changes his mind. Listen, Saquon is not playing in a damn game all off season. He's not going to play in any any preseason games. He knows the offense. I'm not really that broken up if he wants to stroll in on like halfway through August and you know, at that point, sign the tag.
You are the face of the franchise. The show face. I've been saying this forever and ever. If you're the face of the franchise, just show face. You don't got to play. You don't got to do nothing. Just show face. Just show the people, hey, we understand this business, but we're going to work it out later on. You know what I mean? We're going to work it out later on. Like, just show face, man. Just be there. Just be there. This way the fans will calm down a little bit. You know what I mean?
Spiro,
just me.
Thank you for pointing out that I was wrong 6 seconds after I said it.
I had to call facts
listen,
back here.
I have fun when I'm wrong too. Okay, like there really is no losing here. Okay, I had a bad take, and Spiro smashed me in the face with the truth. So it is.
Hey, we come here dropping truth bombs on you guys. But hey, Craig, listen, we appreciate you for coming through, my man. We want to see your face more often. If you guys aren't following Big Blue UK IRL, man, get out there and do it. Follow them, subscribe them, because they're fucking great.
I did their pod a month ago. Great dudes. And you said you're coming to the States for a game this year, no?
Ooh. Yes, November we'll be here just before Thanksgiving. We fly in and we'll be here for the Patriots game. Up
nice.
So if you're going to a bar, which I have a feeling you might be, Let us know where you're going out, and maybe we could try to meet up. If we can't do it at the game, we'll try to get to the whatever pub you guys are at. We'll try to get there.
Yeah, we're all staying by Penn Station, but we can get out to Jersey, or we can meet in the middle. No matter what, we'll be there.
Hey, we'll meet you there, bro.
We'll see you there.
Let's go.
Good
See you then. Appreciate you, brother Craig.
Thank you, Craig. Talk soon, man.
Yo, listen, man. I just want you to know, man. He can talk all day, man. I love that accent. I love.
I know. It always gets you.
It's always nice, man. It's just like it's proper English, so I'm terrible here in the States. So shout out to Craig, man. Go subscribe, please, man. Over to those guys over there. Great people.
Yeah.
So man.
Your overall feelings now that the tag has happened, it's settled in for a little bit. What do you?
I'm not mad at all, Spee. I'm not mad at all.
Yeah.
I was not to say 50-50 on it. I wanted a deal. However, I do understand why the deal wasn't met. You know what I mean? If the money isn't number one, number two, we're strapped for cash anyway, right? So if the deal isn't exactly where it needs to be as far as money, because again, we're looking at the depreciation of running backs. Like we could just plug in another guy that's gonna have production for us if the offensive line's playing well, right? So the value was just incredibly low. So don't overpay. So I get it. Don't overpay for it. And Joe Shane did exactly what a GM's supposed to do. Don't overpay. Don't reach. We don't care if it's no disrespect. When I say this, lack of a better word, we don't care if it's Saquon Barkley or not. We're not going to overpay for a running back where the market is going downhill anyway. We're just not.
Right.
And I respect that, man. So I'm good either way. We have his right still. It's up to him if he wants to play and be $600K in a whole each game or not. I'm okay. I'm quite fine with this.
Let's talk about that for a second, because yes, he knows the offense, but he knows last year's offense.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That's why I said just be there.
He'll know enough to be dangerous, right? But if you're talking about he's only going to practice for 2 weeks before Dallas, it could be a blessing, right? Maybe he gets 15, 20 snaps instead of 30. You know, like
right.
You see what they do.
I think it's a little bit of like, you know, when you first yell at your toddler, like they don't want to, they like stomp around, they get pissed off,
and then your toddler's like, it is what it is, Dad.
Right. 2 minutes later, they get over it and they come around. I think Saquon's pissed right now. He's like, I'll see you guys whenever I want to see you guys, you know, whatever. Like, so he's doing his little stomp around, and we're gonna see him. I do believe that we will see him mid-August at the latest. And he's going to want a month to ramp up. You know, he's going to want like 3 weeks to ramp up. You don't want to come in, you know, all frozen and shit like that and tear a hammy and then you're out for longer and you're, you know, whatever. It is what it is. But listen, the ball's on Joe Shane, man. Facing all this fucking adversity, the face of your franchise, to stick to your guns. And I don't know what happened with Mara. I don't know if Mara gave
Mara's
him
throwing his chair
call
somewhere right now.
Right. I don't know if Mara gave the call, and Joe's like, "Fuck you, I'm going my way." Joe Shane did it his way. This is his philosophy. You could disagree with it if you want, but this is his philosophy. He wasn't paying big bucks for running back. He stuck to his guns when the face of this franchise, the fans, everybody was coming after him in a tough spot. I respect the shit out of Joe Shane. We learned something today about our GM. We learned something big about our GM. He's not going to just get bent over a barrel like everybody said, or cave. You know, everybody thought we were going to cave. The whole world thought we were going to. Eventually, we were like in our guts, yes, because we're going to do the giant way thing. We did it. There's no more giant way thing. There's no more giant way. This is a new giant way, bro. The old giant way's done.
And you gotta look at John Mara too, right? Like we're looking at him, he's like, man, he finally got the hell out the way. He finally got the hell out the way to where the GM is actually running the show. Yeah, he can be like, yeah, I want Saquon back, right? But no, if you're gonna have the reins and have the GM run it, let him run it. And this is exactly what John Mara did today. Is let the GM run the team how he sees fit. And then, of course, John Mara will hold him accountable, right? Hold him accountable. But right now, fans should be excited about how Joe Shane is, building his team. He's really building his team for something great, man. And again, as much as everybody wants Saquon Barkley to be here, you should also be excited. Like, okay, we got the tag, right? Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can be like, all right, now I'm going to go back to the negotiation table. Now I set it for 26 or 24 that I wanted. I need 28. You know what I mean? So go be that guy. Go prove him. Go ball the hell out. And I'm talking about rookie of the year numbers, maybe more. You know what I mean? 2,000 yards from scrimmage. I need more from Saquon. Like play like a bat out of hell. You know what I mean? Like right now, this is your time. Take it. Yeah, you lick your wounds, man. Yeah, it wasn't what you wanted. But go ahead and play and prove them wrong. You can't. I mean, 12, I wish I had $12 million. Like, I wish I had 12 million. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's not like chump change either. It's guaranteed money in your pocket. Go do your thing, man.
I got a question for you guys. Now that the tag is placed, this is done now. Is Saquon a New York Giant in 2024 because of this tag? Do you think this affects the 2024? Do you think he's back? Do you think this is irreparable damage?
Perfect segue, because what I was going to say next pretty much answers your question perfectly. The Giants have set themselves up for a win-win scenario right now. Say Saquon stays healthy the entire year, super productive, puts up like his rookie year numbers again, or last year even was really good numbers-wise. Say he does that again, they're in a position to tag their best playmaker for $12 million. Great situation. And then still no long-term risk, right? Or worst case, nobody wants this. If Saquon can't stay healthy this year, he's banged up constantly. He's getting closer to that 30 years old for a running back, you know, that forbidden after 26 years old. Then the Giants have no risk and they won't feel bad walking away. And yes, Saquon will go play somewhere else. He'll have a few good highlights and he'll play for another year or two. And unless he goes to a real competitor, you'll look back at it and be like, the Giants did the right thing. They got Andrew Thomas to pay. They got really important pieces of this team to take care of, and you'll be happy. Like the headlines this summer, yes, it's going to be Saquon's holding out. You're going to see that shit and you're not going to like it. But in 2024 and 2025, when you have more flexibility and your offense is modern and it's a passing offense and you have a great committee, you'll be like, we did the right thing. We did the right thing by not coughing up all that money for a very well-liked and good guy running back that everyone loves. But I think they did the right thing.
And just to say this too, right? And just to say, like, at the beginning of the year, or as soon as when the season was over, the one thing at least the Revival guys said, right, is that we're not going to fall in love with any player. And we stuck to this name. We said, if Saquon is not on the team, fine, so be it. We're going to trust the process of Joe Shane. So Giants fans, just trust the process. If they couldn't get anything done, let's just trust the process of what Joe Shane's vision is. Like, we finally get to see what he's trying to do with this team, unlike any other GM that we had in the past, right? Trust the process, man. So before you read them headlines, you be like, what the hell the Giants are doing? And you guys are so upset about it. Just know it was a great business move. No matter what, they still own the guy's rights, right? So it was just a great move by Joe Shane. So again, man, trust the process, man. We got anybody else on the horn?
Not right now. But I will say, listen, the pitchforks are going to be out. Like, there's going to be a lot of people that are angry about this situation. They're going to blame Joe Shane for not getting our running back long term. I don't see the issue here, though. Like, we didn't let go of Saquon Jones here. We just didn't sign him long term. We want him to prove it one more year, or we don't want to pay big bucks. One of the two things happened, maybe both of them. But it's not like Saquon's not going to be a Giant in 2023. So everybody needs to come off that like that anger like that you might have off this, and just be okay with the fact that Saquon is a New York Giant. He is a New York Giant. No matter what, we have one of the best running backs in the league still on our team. So you shouldn't need to get that salty about it. Just be happy, and like he's going to be making plays, and we'll see what kind of offense we got now, right? Like, we'll see if Daniel Jones can spearhead this. We'll see if the passing game can, and then it makes signing him long term maybe even less of a thing that we need to do. But let
me say this. Yeah. Let me say this, Pete. Let me ask you this, because during the ending of the season was and again, there's no kicking dirt on Saquon, but at the end of the season, where was Saquon anyway? You know what I mean? Like, we've seen Daniel Jones take those next steps as far as running the ball with the Vikings, that game. Like, we've seen him gradually get better without a Saquon in the backfield per se, right? So I think that's why they want to lean towards signing Daniel Jones more, because they say, hey, like we said before last week, right? It's running back by committee. Those guys need to step up, and you still have your quarterback, which of course they don't want him to run, but that's his best attribute. Run that ball just in case Saquon isn't back there. It's here. So just in case he decides to sit out for the year, I think we'll still be fine. I don't think it's smart on him, but I think we'll be fine. It'd be
monumentally terrible error on Saquon's part, but to just kiss away $10 million. I can't see it happening. A for the team, and B for himself. Like, why are you just gonna light on fire $10 million? Is beyond me. But welcome back, Saquon.
Welcome back, Saquon.
Welcome back. Hey, and we said before, we're gonna celebrate him. He's back on our team. 26 will be in blue. everybody rejoice. Rejoice. It's a happy day. A happy day.
All this did was
Let's be
put the
happy.
Giants in the driver's seat, guys. They could.
Yes.
He's a Giant. We own the rights to Saquon. He's a Giant, and if they want him next year, they could do that again. So if you're upset because Saquon's feelings are hurt, that's not your problem, right?
Right.
It's the Giants' job to run this thing as best they can. So he's a Giant. He's still going to be on the field. Like, it's going to be fine.
I agree. And you don't want to be that, like, we had enough years where we were like, man, the cap, he destroyed the cap, Kenny Galladay, we had enough years, right? So right now we have a GM that sees the future. He's just not looking at the now. He sees the future, right? So he understands that, yes, the cap's going to increase, whatever the case is, but we got those other players to sign. We still got, if McKinney balls out, that's a huge negotiation, right? If Andrew Thomas comes in and does his thing still, that's a huge negotiation. So, guys, we got Saquon. It's just up to Saquon if he wants to play.
And
all right,
listen,
we got him.
We got a couple more minutes, right? Let's bring our guy back on to bring it home.
Siege, what you got to bring us home, man? And then we'll wrap it up after you.
Unmute it.
Unmute, brother.
Unmute.
Yep.
There he is.
I was just nodding my head to everything you guys said, man. I mean, Andrew Thomas is the big fish, right? Like, if you were to ask the entire chat right now, Andrew Thomas, Saquon Barkley, right? It's got to be Andrew Thomas, right? If you were to ask the chat, right, let's go back and look at Joe Shane and what he's not done. Extending Leonard Williams, extending Adoree Jackson to free up money for Saquon Barkley. It hasn't happened. If it was going to happen, it would have happened, and it hasn't happened. So, I mean, like, the writing is on the wall to see, like, they're not paying this running back. Like, you could just see, like, Kafka came from Kansas City. They don't pay running backs at all.
Yep.
So I just look at it like that, man. And I think that we're in a new era where the GM is smart as hell. That's what I really think. So I mean, when you think of guys getting paid, you better just think of like edges, defensive tackles, and offensive linemen here on out, and corners. Other than that,
we made it.
Happening.
Mama, we made it. We found our GM that's now forward thinking. Listen, if Dave Gettleman was here, we wouldn't be having this conversation because Saquon would have been signed
5 years, $183 million.
Yeah, right. All the money.
Right. I mean, when you really think about it, right? I saw an article the other day that said Bijan Robinson is going to be a top five paid running back, and he hasn't taken one carry. So I mean, unfortunately for Saquon, like, he chose to run the ball through the A gap as a child instead of catching slants. So, I mean,
he's built like a brick shithouse.
And unfortunately, the media spin is going to be like, like the Giants couldn't get it done with their star player. But the other thing that we got to remember is that I truly believe deep down in my heart that Joe Shane, once we beat Green Bay in London, shout out to Craig, by the way, said, man, I can't trade 26 this year. I think he was on the table to get dealt. Deep down in my heart somewhere, I think Saquon was deep down about to get traded somewhere.
Because he was thinking real forward, right?
No, it's not even that. I just think that they knew that last year was a rebuilding year. Sean had said it a couple times, like, I didn't have any cap space to work with. The cupboard was empty. He's kind of said it. I listen for a living. So it's like, I really do think that deep down inside, he might get traded. Maybe this year.
Maybe still. Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to Charlie in the Spaces, he
I don't listen to him.
Listen.
Caesar, what do you think the Giants would get if it's midseason and he's being productive? If he's being Saquon, after 5 or 6 games, what do you think the Giants would get?
Without a contract, I think that the best you could look for is probably a third. You might push for. You might be able to push for like a conditional second. Maybe like if he makes some marks or something like that, they can bump it up to a second. But I think right now you're looking at a third. There's just something about Joe Shane that says to me, man, I had you leaving the Buffalo, or I had you leaving the San Fran. But we won too many games early on, and I just can't do that.
Like, holy shit, we're a playoff team. We're 6-1. So,
I don't think they could do it to the locker room. I don't think you could trade a guy like Saquon halfway through. If you're worth a damn, if the team's worth a damn at that point, I just don't think they can.
Right. If they were 0-6,
different story. Right.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm trying to make the New England game. So if anybody,
everybody's eyeing up New England. Okay, all right, noted. We're gonna try and figure something out.
We'll try to put our heads together and see. Yeah, I mean, guys, hit that super chat. Let us know.
We can get that.
We'll get them tickets going. Cease, thank you so much, my brother. I do appreciate you as always, man. I will see you on the next one. Don't work too hard. Love you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Love you guys, man. But let's wrap this up, man.
Big day, bro. Big day.
Good show.
Again, like I said, we learned a lot about what our offense is going to look like going forward. We learned a lot about our GM. We learned, it feels good. I feel like we're in a good spot. Saquon's going to be salty. He's not happy about it, but we're trending in the right direction in becoming a modern NFL team, modern NFL offense. So, let's just give a round of applause to Joe Shane.
To Joe Shane's testicular fortitude.
Yes, John Mara. Thank you for not getting involved.
Or if you speak German, it's Dankeschön. See what he did there?
And that was a good one. But guys, this is the final. Hefe, any final thoughts before I close it out? By the way, any other final thoughts after speak?
No, you guys are doing a show tomorrow. I mean,
we set it up.
I'm out tomorrow. You guys got a show tomorrow?
Yes. Oh, we got a show tomorrow.
Who you got?
Chris from the Giants Insider will be on the show tomorrow, guys. So he's gonna just break down this tag situation, man. See what's going on. Maybe he can kind of get some inside information how the locker room feels or what he's just hearing on the streets. But guys, stay tuned. He'll be on the show with us, man, with me and Speed, while El Jefe is going to enjoy this nice, wonderful vacation that he so deserves. Go enjoy it too, brother.
July 18th, tomorrow, rookies report to camp. We're right here, boys.
Yeah.
We're right here. And then July 26th, your boys are going to be in the building. So if you're going to go to training camp, holler at us. Let's go.
Jesus
and he's doing his push.
Somewhere a running back with the last name Gray is going like this right now.
He's going to get all the opportunities to show what he can do. So
preseason's it. Preseason. If I see him start running like an animal, I'm going to say, okay, Joe Shane knew what the hell he was doing. Honestly, the preseason, the camp, we're going to see right now. If that, I'm telling you, it's going to be very telling in the next week. It's going to be very telling in the next week. We should see, and I can't wait.
It starts looking good at training camp. That might get signed a little faster than what he says. You might get signed. You don't want that backup looking too good with you out. You don't want that happening. So just saying.
We'll see. But guys, I just want to thank everyone, the revivalists in the super, and sending in all the super chats, man,
bro.
today.
Holy cow.
Literally off the cuff, we were just flooded with super chats. The support is real. We can't thank you enough, guys. We do this. We do this for fun. We do this because we love to talk to people, and we love the Giants, and we love New York sports. And the support we get is very overwhelming, whether it's merch, super chats. Thank you. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, man. On behalf of my brother said, Mr. Glass half full, and that's Speed if you nasty.
Let's go.
And my brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn It Daniel. And it's your boy Eli Reax. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace and blessings. Be well.
Eli Reax, El Jefe, Mr. Glass half full, the revival.